Hey friends, this is Wendy with Love and Stampin. I'm excited you're here with me today. We are going to be making a thank you card for my friend Milena's mom, Lily. Lily lives in Serbia and she came for a visit and taught us how to make beehives, which is the American word for the dessert. And there is footage at the end of this video showing you how to make them and from our fun time together. So hopefully you'll hang around for that. Here we're starting out with a 6.5 by 9 3/4 inch piece of sweet sorbet cardstock, and we're scoring it at 3 1/4 and 6.5. Then you're going to use a T-square ruler or any ruler you have and measure up 2 inches from the bottom left side, make a mark, and then you're going to cut away on the diagonal from the last score line all the way down to the 2-inch mark. And this will create your diagonal fold card. Now I'm calling this a diagonal trifold card. I don't know if there's a different word for it or name for it, but that's what I called it. Truly, you could make this card any size and shape with the same concept. All you would have to do is have even measurements in your score lines, and then you could make it as tall or as short as you wanted and as wide as you wanted. Now this card will fit in one of our slim line envelopes from Stampin' Up, and it fits in there perfectly, although it is a little short, so there's extra room, but I am going to be using the slim line envelope to mail this to Lily. This is a piece of lovely linen designer series paper, and it's cut at 3 by 6 1/4, and I'm just going to glue this down onto the card base. And then we are going to use another piece from the lovely linen card pack, or paper pack, that is cut at 3 by 6, and finally a piece cut at 3 by 4. The way that I got them to have a diagonal measurement was to mark them at 2 inches. So depending on which direction you want to cut, you're going to mark the 2-inch mark and then cut at the diagonal from the top corner to the 2-inch mark. This is really easy to do, and you could make several of these cards fairly quickly. It took me about 6 minutes to put this card together once my pieces were cut. So if you wanted to make several, you could cut a bunch, assembly line them, and then make them. Now, really quick, I wanted to explain the video you're going to see coming up while I continue to make this card. I also made a basic white insert for the inside, and I thought I would measure that and show you how I did it. So basically I'm showing you that depending on which way you want to go is where you put that 2-inch mark, okay? So the filming you'll see coming up is from a couple of months ago. My friend Milena is from Serbia, and her mom comes to visit on occasion, and years ago, she made a dessert called Kosnice. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, there's Serbian people all over laughing at me, but that's okay. So she made this dessert, and it was to die for, and it's so stinking cute. It's very labor intensive and time intensive, but it's a really, really cute dessert, and it is delicious. It's unlike anything I've really ever eaten before, and it's very interesting the way it's made. So I went to Milena's house with our friend Laura, and Lily took time to teach us how to make this famous, at least in our heads, famous Serbian dessert. And I personally have never seen it anywhere else. This is the only experience I've ever had with this dessert was from years ago when she brought it to a potluck. I think we even discuss it in the video. And so we were very excited to get to learn how to make this. Lily speaks Serbian only, so there is some translation that happens in the video. And in addition to that, oh, here's the slimline envelope, really quick, back to this. So I also wanted to stamp the envelope just to make it extra pretty. Okay, so so we were really excited to do this. It's something we'd been waiting to do for quite a long time. And we do have a translated version of the recipe for you, as best we could. You definitely are going to want to watch the video if you're going to attempt to make this. I found a similar beehive mold on Amazon. So if you see the video and you're like, I want to try to make these, I have linked to the beehive mold below and linked to the information over on my blog, and the recipe is over on my blog. So hopefully you'll be able to make it, but this is definitely a labor of love recipe, and it is something that you kind of have to get a feel for. It reminds me of making a pie crust from scratch. For those of you who bake, you know that making a pie crust from scratch, there is no exact science. It's a learned feel, and your pie crust probably gets better with practice. So this dessert is kind of the same thing. I think Laura and I are going to attempt to make this dessert sometime this year, maybe for Christmas or something, a special time of year for sure. It is, like I said, labor intensive, so it's not something you would just on a whim sit down and make. However, the result is gorgeous, and you can freeze these desserts. So I still have some in my freezer that we made, as a matter of fact. So here's Lily's thank you card, and I'm going to mail this to her in Serbia, and hopefully she will enjoy getting this. I hope you guys enjoy the next part of the video.
Or some other European stores. Sometimes they come in a sheet like square.
Let me see the front of that. No, the front of the...
Oh, but I can take you to that store. It's very near. It's nearby if you want to get it when you're ready. And you know,
ja sam to sve iseckala ranije, tako I treba, može mužu da da isecka.
Oh yeah, she said she already prepped this.
Ali sada samo da vide kako se to radi.
So see, she uses this to like
cut
it out. Cut it.
Radiš kad imaš vreme.
So she's
so it's just an individual mold. Oh,
yes.
Wow.
So it's a little time consuming, you'll see. But so she just did that to prep to have it ready. Yeah. So you would do that on your own. She says you can put Kevin to work to get these or Macy. So you would use the mold to cut him out, I guess. She can show you. So you can
so
see.
Then what else do you have here? So tell what that stuff is.
Okay, so this is a nut grinder.
And this is the box that comes in.
Right.
But we're thinking you can only find these in Serbia.
Well, or perhaps you can get them online. This one is not super sophisticated.
Edit that.
Yes. This is a manual one. You probably can get better kind or electric kind, but let me put it together. Product would look like this when you
so she's already
grind
ground
walnuts.
it.
She's already done it.
Okay.
So we don't spend time, doing all of that.
So this is just ground walnut.
Yes.
But
you would
tell
put
them
whole walnuts in here. Push it with the top. Oh, it's right there.
Oh, it's over here.
So you would put walnuts in here, push it with this, and you would grind. You would get the end product like this.
But you can't use a food processor for this.
I wouldn't use the food processor because they get kind of oily. It extracts too much oil out of the walnuts, and you won't get the best consistency. This one is very consistent. It's kind of fine grinds,
powdery,
which that's what you really want for this type of dessert. Okay, some of the ingredients coming out: vanilla sugar. This one normally you get at like European import stores like Worldmark Cost Plus, World Market, or some of the European stores around here. You will need powdered sugar. This is obviously walnuts that are already grind.
The wafers.
Wafers. She will get eggs, and then there's like chocolate chips you'll need, and butter.
And that's it?
I want to say that's it. I'm
nice.
not sure if you need more. No.
So could you use regular sugar and vanilla extract, or
probably.
you have to find this?
You probably could.
Maybe. I don't know.
Ako koristi samo običan šećer I onaj ekstrakt od vanila, možemo to?
Naravno.
Yeah, of course. To get from Serbia because I don't think you can get it. Or unless you want to use it.
Oh, nice. Easy.
Go.
Okay, I'll do it.
Do it. Hoćeš ove mešalice?
Da. Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna make me do it.
Yep. Just to practice. Fragile, so like next time we would get a different kind. This one is too soft, I think. But they have
I would be here forever if we had to do it.
Maybe a little different.
We'd never get any done if it was us doing it.
Is this a scale?
It's a scale.
Oh, fancy. That's fancy baking when you have to use a scale. Actually, I think that's just European.
Yeah.
More often, I see
And
like.
she'll measure everything in grams, so.
Yes,
I bet
right.
you can get that on a scale.
Yeah, we have a baking scale like this at home. Macy requested one for Christmas.
I guess for this recipe, about 50 or 60 round wafers you would get.
Okay.
Approximately. That many cookies you'll get.
Is that equivalent to like one of those bags that you bought, like the package?
This is more than we need.
Okay, so like maybe half or so you use.
She's already cut them all in there,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think she already cut out that many.
Oh, from that one, okay.
Jesi našla recept?
Yes.
Ah! I've never seen anyone crack an egg that way.
Treba da ti pročitam?
Oh, so no, just the white.
Koristit ću ga posle, sad mi ne treba.
We're two fools just smiling at your mom. Cracking eggs.
We're so happy.
Look, did you agree with your new glasses?
Yeah.
Šta kaže?
So it just takes away the perfection.
Okay, so these are just egg whites, right? Lots. Two egg whites you're gonna do. And then she'll be slowly putting in 500 grams of powdered sugar. So we'll see that as the next step. This, right?
Ovaj ćemo.
I already ate one, join me.
In Serbian Orthodox, do you guys do the bread and the wine like for communion?
Yes.
So that's what that reminds me of, that wafer.
Oh, really?
It reminds me of our communion
Oh,
wafer.
that's right. Because I know in Catholic Church and some churches
Christian
they
church.
do that. Uh-huh.
The cat, yeah.
Yeah.
Nafora, jel o tome pričam?
Yeah, in Serbian Orthodox, they make like a special bread and cut it up.
Okay, did she whip the eggs until they were like at a peak or just?
Oh, koliko su bila umućena jaja? Ovaj.
Pa šam da bude onako. Još ću da mutim.
Čvrsto?
Ne mora,
So
ne mora.
I guess
Što
firm,
mi
but
se ono?
not too firm.
Okay.
Daj,
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Oh, sorry.
thank you.
And then she'll continue to do that as she puts in sugar.
And she's adding the whole
Vanilla
packet
sugar.
or just a little bit at a
I
time?
think she'll do the whole thing. Let's see. Ceo jedan šećer?
To koliko hoćeš
That's to
možeš.
taste, so you can do the entire one. Or if you're using extract, obviously, whatever you feel like. I don't know.
Možda ekstrat promeni malo boju, a?
The egg
Yeah.
looks so pretty. I love egg when it's whipped.
Egg whites.
Yeah, I guess with vanilla extract, it'll probably be a little bit yellowish because it's,
Okay.
but it probably doesn't
Pa
matter.
nema problem, šta na veze.
This almost reminds me of how you make like a dress, not a dressing, good Lord, frosting. Because you use so much powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar. Koliko ide 500 grama šećera?
Da.
So 500 grams of powdered sugar you
Okay.
would be adding to those two egg whites.
Okay. Oh, she only did 2? I thought she did 4. She did 2.
No, two.
2.
And then she has a whole other right here.
Ako su manja jaja 3 ili?
Ma jako dosta, da.
Okay, I
To
was
crack
asking
her
if,
egg.
if they're bigger eggs, you just 2. I was asking if it's smaller, should you use 3? It's 2 is fine.
Okay.
Ako su manja, ovo je malo manje šećera, eto ti to ti je to.
Okay, so if they're smaller, maybe use just a little bit less sugar.
Okay.
Ovo radim da ne bi prštalo kad mešam, znaš.
She's using the spoon so the powdered sugar doesn't get all over the place.
Fly everywhere.
Yeah. She's just kind of using her. But you ladies bake, so you really know all these tricks.
I think you could just use the KitchenAid mixer.
Oh yeah, because I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
It's like a dough.
Almost, yeah. Almost.
Looks like a
Skoro
gummy
kao
like
testo, a?
Molim?
Kao testo.
Pa, da, skoro. Sad
Yeah,
kad
it's
stavimo
almost
orah,
like
ono
dough.
će da se...
Yeah. And when she puts walnuts in, I guess it'll
It's gonna be thick.
Yeah.
gooey and
Well,
thick.
because it has to form a mold, so I would think.
God, I haven't had these in so long.
I
don't even
know.
remember.
Oh, I remember.
It's like 2 years, right?
It's
Oh,
been.
yeah.
It's been. I mean, I wasn't
When was
even
the last
married.
time we ate?
Yeah. You must have brought them in maybe to work.
It was that long ago.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah.
Because I don't think, we haven't had them since your mom's come to visit.
No. It was for some sort of EDS potluck. I'm pretty sure
Probably, yeah.
that you brought them. And
And for your bridal shower, I think?
Oh, yes, my bridal
yeah,
shower.
yeah.
Okay, so then
Your bridal
that's
shower.
15 years ago.
And then maybe one more time when we had a potluck at work.
Ovaj tvoj slab mikser poče da...
look
The
at
mixer
that.
is not the best, as you can. You gotta have the right tools, obviously.
Slab je stvarno poče ko da...
And then the bowl's not high enough where you can turn the speed on and let
Yeah,
it
so
just kind
ladies,
of
I
go.
don't have a professional
Kitchen.
baker.
Right?
Stick kitchen. And,
But look
and
how tough
tools.
that is. I mean, it's a thick
Yeah.
consistency.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good, because otherwise you'd probably be freaking out like, oh my god, this is not right. This is so
Right.
bad.
That's why I mean, besides the fact that I'm going to put this on the tubes, it's a good thing,
good thing that
to
you're
filming
video
and watching it.
Yeah.
because I wouldn't remember all the
Yeah.
intricacies.
And I probably would be freaking out that it would be so
Yeah, and you get
thick.
the recipe,
Like I
and then you
messed
don't
up.
know what the consistency is. This right or
Right.
not? I wouldn't know.
Now tell me what it's called in Serbian.
Kosnice.
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 U
Kosnice.
množini.
Košnica, one košnica is beehive. Košnice, beehives. So it's plural. Košnice.
Kosnica.
Košnica.
Kosnica.
Yeah.
Yep. Anybody who's watching who's Serbian is gonna make fun of me.
A kad prevedeš na engleskom, kako bi rekla?
Beehives.
Beehive.
She's asking about how to say it in English.
Beehive.
E,
Beehive.
sada perem ruke.
Okay, now she's watching.
Using her hands.
She was asking me if she should use.
Pa oko 500 grama, a to zavisi od masnoće oraha. Ako su mnogo masni, ide više. A ako su manje masni,
Well, I guess there's a trick.
kvalitet oraha utiče. Ali oko 1 funte, malo više.
About 1 pound, about 500 grams. But she says, depending on walnuts, if they're the consistency, if they're more oily, you wouldn't need as much. If they're on the drier side, you would need a little bit less. So again,
A little bit
I guess
more.
more.
Less. Okay.
More.
Less if they're oily.
If they're drier. No.
No. Opposite.
You
If
want
they're
the
drier.
oil?
Znači ako su masni i manje, jel tako mama?
No više i dok su
Oh,
masni.
I'm sorry. I guess I told you the wrong. If they're oily, you need more, I guess. If they're drier, you need less.
Okay.
I think I didn't understand. I thought it would be that way.
Well, that's why your mom was cooking it
Yeah,
and not you.
and not me. Yeah.
So you just kind of smash in the nuts.
So you just kind of want to mix it all together. Perhaps you can just use your hand. I don't know. Možeš samo da mesiš rukom to?
Da.
Yeah.
Would she normally use her
Yeah.
hands?
Pa ruko. Naša
Šta?
She can use her hands. Is she afraid because of YouTube?
Use your hands.
You can use your hands.
Što je YouTube slobodno.
Yeah, whatever.
you go.
Yes, whatever you normally would do.
Yeah.
Kako praviš normalno, kaže pravi tako.
Pa tako?
Yeah. Whatever's easier.
I wish I would have thought to video my grandma baking and doing stuff. It just never occurred to me because it just seems like your normal life, you know?
Yeah.
And
So you
even
don't
back
think
then, you didn't use phones as much like we do now, so it wouldn't be a thought.
Right.
To even think about doing that. Yeah.
Where now I'm like, I'm gonna try to capture every little thing I can.
Yeah. I do have one video of my grandpa making southern sweet tea with my grandma. And I have like his hands in the video and everything.
And probably them talking. And
Yeah.
Kaže, njena baba je dobro kuvala, kaže, žao je što nije snimala kad je ona bila, ali tad se nije toliko ni snimalo.
Da.
So it's just like forming a really thick, heavy dough, almost, is what it reminds me of.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Znači, samo treba da bude onako kao testo.
Da, da, da.
Gušće.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the only word I
guess
understand is
the
done.
point is so that you can, you know, form it
'Cause you
in
have to be
here
able to
so
push it
that
in the
when you
mold.
take it out, so it doesn't like all melt and stuff. So
Yeah.
it has to be a little bit of a thicker consistency.
Sure.
I suppose.
That makes sense.
A puter posle ide, ja?
Ne ide u ovo. Ovo je sve gotovo sada.
Oh, okay. So that's gonna be
Oh.
all ready to make. I guess the butter and chocolate go in the center. That's later. Because I was thinking the butter would go in here, but it doesn't.
Samo.
Oh, da izbacim puter.
How many years of friendship? 20...
I feel like it's 18.
18.
18.
I think 2004 when we started on Colin.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is it? I don't remember.
Did you start on Cowan in 2004?
Yeah, because I just started dating Kevin in 2003.
And I had an associate, but not when I met you.
Okay.
101, perfect. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember when you got your associate.
Yes. Yeah.
For translation from Laura terms, associate is a boyfriend, but
Early boyfriend. He didn't get that title just yet.
he didn't have that.
Still barely
It was a few months before you
know.
gave him that designation.
Yes.
Like
I
it's
was
you
picking
can
up,
see
yeah.
it's like really coming together too, like not as crumbly.
Clean that. Okay. Yeah.
Evo, ovo je skoro gotovo, samo da ujednačim masu.
She said it's almost done. She's just making it all even.
So
Okay.
the butter's not like room temperature or anything?
No,
or?
because she'll be warming it up on the stove.
Oh,
Melt
it's
it.
melted.
Iz ovoga nego to stoji tako.
Okay, so she
Ovo
wants me
samo lepljivo, znaš
to
ono?
just get some saran wrap to wrap it, and it's gonna sit until she makes the filling. chocolate
Okay.
filling. So we got it.
Is that the 100? Yeah.
Back.
I to je to.
That's all.
Does it work best in a glass dish versus like a stainless steel or something? Does it matter the type of dish you do it in?
Ne mora da bude u staklenom, može u
Da li može u ono rofre? Da li je
Može,
bolje ili...
ne, mi imamo ovu veličinu od stakla.
So it doesn't matter. We just have this size that she needs in glass. That's the
Okay,
only reason
okay.
she's using it.
Okay.
I guess I don't have that many dishes.
You know,
The shame you bring to your mom.
you are the Carrie Bradshaw of our group.
Probably some clothes in the oven right now.
Well, yeah.
Za temperaturu koju koristiš?
Pa, ovo,
So I guess she puts
Šta
she
ti
put it on
odgovara?
medium
Pojma ne.
temperature, probably because the eggs you don't want to cook them
Right.
too much. So
a ti možeš tamo da počistiš onaj
she's
sto.
asking me to. Yeah. So you guys will be working here. I'll be just watching. Okay. So
That's what happens when you don't do the baking. Is you
Yeah.
have to be the cleanup.
Yep.
sounds good. I'll take it. Wow, that what? No beehives.
Mala. If you have a beehive, you have to go to the doctor.
I could not. Okay, but I'm going to have to wash afterwards. You just gotta touch it off. Pretty girl. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Bubba. You know you're pretty. You know it.
He's a good girl.
Oh yeah, cut it smaller so it goes faster.
Yes.
I think it was frozen.
Yeah.
Was it frozen?
Yes. And I was asking her, should I take it out the night before or something? She's like, I'll be on the stove, you don't have to. But it's probably better.
Better, at least from the
Yeah.
Have it
from
soft.
the fridge versus the freezer.
Yes.
Yum.
Yeah, because there's no tempering of the eggs, so you definitely cannot.
Can't go quick. Gotta take your time.
These scrambled eggs.
And probably continual stirring. Well, and then that would make sense that you would actually want your butter cold to help not get the egg. To help, maybe?
Maybe not cook the egg?
Yeah. Ask, is it better to use cold butter versus like one that's been sitting out? Because I would
all
think.
you're doing is mixing it and warming it. It shouldn't, because I don't think you have to cook it that long either.
Yeah.
Just melting it, I guess. Pita da li je bolje da bude hladan puter ili može bude...
Ma jo, bolje da je na sobnoj temperaturi bio.
Okay,
Sad bi manje se
Yeah,
ovde...
it would have been better if it was room temperature.
Oh,
It would
okay.
have taken, you know,
Yeah.
it would have been faster.
Okay.
Girl, do you not have a spatula?
I have one maybe somewhere.
Oh my gosh!
So this is what I call a spatula, but I know that's not what it is.
Okay,
Šta
let me
kažem?
prove. Kaže da li nemam spatulu?
Pa šta će nam?
Pa možda je lakše. See, to prove it,
There
I
you
have one.
One little sad one.
That's a sad one too.
It is
Don't-
kind of old and sad.
Ovo je bolje što je veća površina da...
She likes, I guess, this one because it's a bigger surface. So
Well,
when
yeah,
she
when,
just
scrape.
when your other option is that, I would too.
Yes.
Da ne zagore jaja.
Oh, she said it's important so the eggs don't burn.
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
you
we're
have to
saying.
constantly be mixing
Moving
it.
it. Yeah. And I noticed she turned the temperature down too.
Yeah.
Sad nas puter zeza.
It says yeah, butter is now.
Melting.
Let me get a bowl.
All right, so now we're gonna put this in an ice bath so that it will cool because it's gonna go in the mold and we don't want it to like run everywhere. So
That one works.
Daš zamastim unutra da se zalepi šećer.
She's making it oily, like first. She
Okay.
puts some of that, so it kind of.
So you just
like
use
said,
that
instead of
versus
oil.
using the oil or
Right.
and then
something.
she puts the sugar.
Then
Because
she
I'd be
puts sugar.
afraid like it's gonna stick to the mold
Exactly.
and
So
hard
that's
to
why
get
she's
out.
doing
Okay.
that oily because it has.
But will she have to do that with every one of them,
Jel svaki put moraš to da radiš?
or just
Stavljaš?
first?
Šećer svaki put.
Oh, okay. Sugar you have to put every time for every.
But
you
not
won't
the
have to do
oil, not
thing
the-
again.
Okay. Onda im pokaži kako izgleda. Pokaži Wendy.
Oh,
See
so
how you
there's
have
a
a hole
hole.
inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you put some of this. I can give you the other beehive so you can try. The other mold.
Okay.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Because I have one extra.
Oh, it's so cute.
Is it great?
No, it didn't come out. Somehow we'll just blame Milena for it.
Oh,
Dobro.
It
Good one.
woohoo! Look how cute they are.
Kaži da ću da dam posle one da to rade.
Oh, you're busy. You will be doing this.
Okay,
Here's some dessert for you.
like this much.
Nana, you want some of that dessert?
Neko
More?
kaže da uzme
I'm in
više
deep
pa može
concentration,
da
lady.
uvijek odbaci.
She says you can have more, and then you can always take out if
Okay,
it's extra.
okay.
You know?
No, no, too much.
Yosh, need more? I can't even see what it is.
Još malo.
More. Okay.
Yeah.
A little more.
Because you don't want your sides to be too thin.
Ok.
Okay. Like that. Now.
Yeah.
Does she say yes or no?
Oh, dale, ne. Jel to okay? Ili nije?
Ok.
She says okay. More? More?
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, here we go. Do you need to say your prayers beforehand?
Say your prayer. Be good. Holy water.
Slowly.
Slowly.
Sad treba se prikrstiti.
Now she says, cross yourself now.
Malo
Push
više
it?
pritisni.
Yeah, she says push it a little bit.
You can't. It's hard.
Pushing it more.
Hey,
What? I'm
you're
just,
next.
I'm gonna nail it.
Oh.
Did you learn nothing, Wendy?
Mnogo je pritiskala orahe kad je ubacila prvi put, znaš?
I guess the walnut filling was tight.
I did it too tight.
Too tight. So I guess you gotta wiggle it a little bit. Wiggle.
What I did?
Nana, you wanna try this dessert?
I'm gonna try making one of these and then
She doesn't like all that chocolate.
I'll eat around some of it. Yeah, I'll try it.
Or you want a
Okay,
smaller
I'm
piece?
gonna do one more
Maybe
and then
smaller,
you
okay.
can try
This
it,
is for
Nana.
me then. And then I'll give you a smaller piece.
Did your mom make this or something?
Yeah.
Ooh, it looks delicious.
Yep.
Is it doing it? Yay! Oh, and I wasn't recording. I'm sorry.
Shut up. Okay,
Beautiful.
it's your turn to be in the hot seat.
All right. There's no prayer for this. I already broke it. You don't squeeze this?
No.
You just lift it?
You have to like wiggle it.
This ain't good. Hold on. No.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. That's
It's
why
broken.
I would never make those.
Broken. She has confidence in the one I broke.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's like a feel to it.
Yeah, I guess.
That thing, I wouldn't work with that one.
You did worse than me.
Well, no, my thing was broken. I want another one.
Ja.
No. Start over.
Wendy will eat it.
All right. Twist? Maybe? These are horrible.
They're having so much fun. I love it.
Oh, dun, dun, dun. I actually had one underneath the table. I brought it up. Okay. That's first. Yeah, I got one.
No, you broke.
I'm exhausted. We don't count that broken one. All right, hold on now. Plus, you had touched it and probably messed it up, so.
There we go.
All right, one more.
This is the friendship.
Oh my gosh. I caught it in my hand. How funny.
You're way messier than I
Kako
was.
znači, kad uzima ovu masu od oraha, stavlja i odmah...